Hello, and welcome to the Archives. This has been a long time coming. We're going to be taking a look at the Escalation data pack that has come out. Probably now it's been about over a week since it's come out. I had to pick it up and have a look through it and whatnot. But we're getting to it, finally. Finally. I was doing quite a lot of filming last weekend, so I didn't have time to do this then. So we're doing it now. All right? Okay. So let's dive right in and take a look at some of the cards. Here is the first card in the pack. We have an Anarch console. The Obelisk. I think it's Obelisk. It is a 4 credit to install console that is 3 influence. So that's a pretty hefty influence cost. 1 memory unit. It has the special abilities of your maximum hand size is increased by 1 for each tag you have. So if you've got tags, then you've got a bigger hand size. Also, the first time a successful run on R&D or HQ ends, each turn, draw 1 card for each card you accessed during that run. Now that could be interesting, because if you've got something installed like an HQ interface or an R&D interface, both of which would be handy for this, you're accessing more than 1 card, so you're drawing cards each turn the first time. So that gets you some card draw going. Limit 1 console per player, of course. I'm never really hugely big on Anarchs, so one of these days I'll get around to learning them. So I'm not sure how good that is. I know some of the people in the local gaming group that plays Netrunner down at my local gaming store is fairly interested in this console, but I don't know. I will assume it is good and leave it at that. Okay, on to the next card. Here we have Black Orchestra. It is an icebreaker decoder, 3 credits to install, 2 strength, costs 1 memory unit, 2 influence. Whenever you encounter a code gate, you may install Black Orchestra from your heap, paying its install cost. 3 credits, plus 2 strength. Break up to 2 code gate subroutines if able. Okay. So this is a lot like Paperclip, where Paperclip is a barrier breaker that you can install from your heap whenever you encounter a barrier. So these are programs that you can just be like, I'll just trash them and then pull them out from my heap if I need them. So that could be handy for that. And we have the wonderful flavor text from Omar Kyung, the Flashpoint. In extremity, your conscience may make you terrible. Interesting. And it's got like a pair of hands and a tiny little like diamond or maybe a cube that's all buzzing, filled with this aura around it. Paperclip seemed interesting because you could pay credits to not only increase strength, but to break code gate subroutines. So sometimes you might be paying to break more subroutines than you need to just to boost the strength with this. So there's a bit of a trade-off there, I think. Still, not bad. Now we go to the next card. And here we have the man who the Obelisk and I think Paperclip and Black Orchestra was made for, Omar Kyung, conspiracy theorist. 0 link strength, identity, natural. 45 minimum card, 12 influence. You have the special ability of spend a click, make a run on archives. If successful, instead treat it as a successful run on another central server. Use this ability only once per turn. So that's neat, because you can go and make a run on archives, and if it's successful, you're like, no, it was HQ, or no, it was R&D. So it's kind of like a one-turn sneak door beta that gets you into one of two servers of your choice, not just one. Not bad. Not bad. He is an identity I think I'm going to try and play. Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to try and play him. He looks kind of cool too. He's got this possibly a cybernetic arm or a cybernetic or just a something on his jacket is all teched up. This old Korean fellow with the beard kind of looks like Mr. Miyagi in a way, almost. Yeah, yeah. I like Omar. He looks interesting. I'm going to give him a shot. All right, on to the next card. Here we have Peregrine. Now this is very similar to Golden in terms of what it can do, but it's for code gates instead of sentries, which makes me think there's going to be a third bird-flavored icebreaker that will handle barriers the same way, and possibly a third Anarch program to handle sentries for Omar. I think they're setting it up that way. So Peregrine has a 5 credit install, 1 memory unit cost, 2 strength, 2 influence. Spend a credit to break a code gate subroutine. Spend 3 credits to go plus 3 strength. Or you can spend 2 credits, return Peregrine to your grip, derez a code gate. Use this ability only after using Peregrine to break all the subroutines on that code gate during a single encounter. Khan's avatar lifted her arm, and the bird launched itself into the air. Yeah, these are Khan's breakers. But I like the idea of them, that you can use them to break a subroutine, like to break all the subroutines on a piece of ice, and then spend 2 credits and pop it back into your grip. And with Khan's ability, that lets her, I think it's after you pass by, although maybe just a sentry for Khan, that you can reinstall it. I'm not sure. I forget now. Still, I like the idea of them. And especially if you have some wonderful stuff down that helps you recurring credits for Sasarahara, or I think it is, or Saraharasa. I can't remember the name, but it gives you recurring credits for installing programs. It would let you put it back out for cheaper, which is nice. Which is nice. I like it. Khan is another one I want to try. All right, on to the next. Here we have Houdini, a Shaper program. We have 2 credits to install, 1 memory unit cost, 2 strength, 3 influence, pretty hefty cost. It is a decoder, 1 credit to break a code gate subroutine, 2 credits for plus 4 strength for the remainder of this run. Use this ability only by spending at least 1 credit from a stealth card. So, you can boost it plus 4 strength for the remainder of the run, but you need stealth cards out. So this is definitely a thing that's going to be with Smoke. And Smoke is somebody I have been waiting for. I cannot wait to get her out and make a deck with her. Oh, Houdini's nice though. I like it. Get some stealth cards out and have a little fun. Yeah. My brain is the key that sets my mind free. Nice little flavor text. I'm a big fan of Shaper. Shaper is my bag. All right, on to the next. Here we have another Smoke card, because you even see her on it, and I believe the flavor text on it is also her. It is a 3 credit to install unique resource, virtual stealth. 3 credits, or 3 influence cost. The first time you spend at least 1 credit from a stealth card each run, so only the first time you spend it each run, Place 1 credit on Net Mercure or draw a card. Use credits on Net Mercure for anything. So it is a stealth card. Now, Smoke's ability lets you, if I remember correctly, lets you replenish a spendable credit or a recurring credit each turn. Or, yeah, once per turn, once used, you can reuse it. So, you spend a credit off of this, you can replenish that credit with Smoke and get another credit on it because you spent it. I think. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be making a Smoke character or a Smoke identity. That's her program, I think. Her daily casts program, Net Mercure. Live, unfiltered, and uncensored, this is Net Mercure signing off for the night. Stay safe, New Angeles. I like Smoke. I really do. Alright, on to the next. Here we have an Atom card. A brand new Atom card. Find the Truth. It's unique, 0 credits to install. Resource, Directive Virtual. Whenever you draw a card, reveal that card. The first time you make a successful run each turn, you may look at the top card of R&D. All Bioroids are bound by the 3 directives, but in theory, a Bioroid could have any number of core directives, even 0. Interesting. You got a wonderful, looks like a Bioroid that's got his brain or his head bursting open with some sort of a glowy sphere inside. Kind of neat. 3 influence on this one as well. So pretty hefty to pull out unless you're Atom. Yeah. I've seen some people play Atom and seen how they've managed to make these directives work for them. So could be good. Could be good. Alright, on to the next. Let's see what we have. Here we have a neutral card. Resource Connection, First Responders. 2 credits to install. You can spend 2 credits and draw 1 card. Use this ability only if you have suffered damage from a Corp card ability this turn. Interesting. Flavor text of, last week I crossed the street to avoid her. Today she pulled me out of the rubble. Makes me rethink who the bad guys are. That it does. I like that little flavor, and you've got the wonderful picture of a girl pulling a guy up out of the rubble, helping him to his feet, because she's a first responder. She's also a cybernetic, it looks like, because her arm is basically cybernetic prosthesis. Looks good. I can see this being useful, especially if the Corp card has damage from a Corp card ability. So if you do, if you face plant into something and it does damage to you from ice or something, you could use this to be 2 credits, draw a card, 2 credits, draw a card, so that you're not going to die. And it's a paid ability once it's installed, so that can be used even during a run. I like this one. Alright, on to the next. Now we're into the HB Ice, the Corp cards. We have Fairchild 3.0. We've seen Fairchild 1.0 and 2.0 in the last couple of data packs. Now we're up to 3.0. Hospiroid Ice. It is a Codegate Bioroid AP. It is 6 credits to res, 5 strength, 3 influence. The runner can spend 3 clicks to break up to 3 subroutines on Fairchild 3.0. The 3 subroutines are: the runner must pay 3 credits or trash one of his or her install cards. The runner must pay 3 credits or trash one of his or her install cards. Do 1 brain damage or end the run. So you can either do brain damage or end the run. Flavor text of, in battle, I take half the slain. And you've got the golden woman looking even more terrible than she has been in the last two. Very psychedelic colors. I like it. I like Fairchild. She may be going into some of my decks soon. Alright. Next card, we have another Hospiroid. Arc Lockdown. 1 credit operation. Name a card. Remove all copies of that card in the heap from the game. If you live off-site, please consult the building AI for temporary housing. We regret that your off-site family cannot join you here while we are in lockdown. Mm-hmm. 2 influence cost on this one. Not bad. Especially if you've got this going in your hand and they're relying on doing some fun stuff with their cards, the runner, and they're trashing it and pulling it back and trashing it and pulling it back. You just have to wait until they've trashed it and then play this, name the card, and they have to take them all out of the game. So that can be handy. Used in the right place, definitely. Definitely. I like it. On to the next. Ooh, the Helion Beta Test. I remember the Helion Alpha Test. This is the Beta Test. 1 credit, Operation Black Ops. 3 influence. Play only if the runner trashed an accessed corp card during his or her last turn. Trace 2. If successful, trash 2 installed non-program cards. If unsuccessful, take 1 bad publicity. Flavor text of, wait a minute, I don't even have a cat. Because you see a little cat robot bioroid thingy, I guess. Shadow of a guy coming into his apartment. Oh no! I like it. This one, I may have to have a peek at Helion Alpha Test just to see what that does. Maybe throw them into a deck. Yeah. Alright, on to the next. Here we have a Jinteki Agenda. Project Kusanagi. You see a group of identical looking clones hovering in their vats, getting programmed. 2 credits to advance it and score it. 0, a 0 credit or 0 agenda point. Agenda. When you score Project Kusanagi, place 1 agenda counter on it for each advancement token over 2. Alright. Hosted agenda counter. Choose a piece of ice to gain do 1 net damage after all its other subroutines for the remainder of this run. Okay. So if you advance this 3 times, it gains 1 agenda count. 1 agenda counter on it, which you can spend to give another net damage to the piece of ice. And it's a hosted agenda counter. So yeah, if you've got like a Komainu up that's going to do a net damage for every piece of every card in their hand and wipe their hand, you can spend an agenda counter to make it do 1 more, which could flatline them. Yeah. Alright, and it's 0 agenda points, so if they steal it, it's not worth anything. Okay. Yeah, I think I might have to use this in a deck or 2. Yeah. Alright, on to the next. What do we have here? A Codegate AP DNA tracker. 8 credits to res. That's hefty. 6 strength, though, so that's pretty potent. 3 influence. Hefty cost on that. 3 subroutines. Each one of them reading do 1 net damage. The runner loses 2 credits. So that's a potential 3 net damage, 6 credit loss if they can't break it. When your ID is flagged with your genetic profile, privacy doesn't really exist. Yeah, that is nasty. a nasty piece of ice. I like it. I like it a lot. And 6 credit or 6 strength on a code gate means that Yogg is going to have trouble getting through this. There's a few other code gate breakers that could have trouble getting through this. Yeah, I like it. The Jinteki ID, Potential Unleashed. I went up against this, and it is evil. Whenever the runner takes at least 1 net damage, trash the top card of the stack. So anytime you take at least 1 net damage, you're trashing the top card. So if you have something that's doing like a net damage, like 5 subroutines that do net damage, or like the DNA tracker, 3 subroutines that each do 1 net damage, every time that happens, you're making them trash the top card of the stack. So it's doing some serious damage. 45 minimum deck size, 12 influence. The flavor text of Your Better Nature. And of course it's got the Jinteki symbol of the tree, surrounded by a saw blade splattered with blood. Yes. This is something I may have to use instead of another one that I have. Yeah. Alright, on to the next. Here we have Alexa Belsky, an asset character for NBN. 1 credit to res, 5 credits for the runner to trash, hefty trash cost, 2 influence, trash to shuffle all cards in HQ into R&D. The runner may pay any number of credits to prevent 1 random card in HQ from being shuffled into RD for every 2 spent. So, you've got 5 cards in R&D. You can trash it to shuffle them into R&D. The runner has to pay at least 10 credits to stop you from shuffling those 5 in. I can hand it. I can take that. That's going in a deck. Especially for ones that I have trouble with where I'm getting agendas too much into my hand. Flavor text. She used to work for me at my chop shop. Now she makes more money than I do. McPherson. You got the wonderful looking blonde lady with some sunglasses, goggles, little workstation. Yeah. Definitely I can see this working for a deck or 2 of mine. I'm going to have to play with this. Alright, on to the next card. Here we have Observe and Destroy. Yes. Observe and Destroy. Operation Grey Ops. 0 credit to play. Play only if the runner has fewer than 6 credits. So they have to have fewer than 6 credits. As an additional cost to play this operation, remove a tag. Trash 1 installed card. Flavor text of observing is fun, but it's just the appetizer. 1 influence cost. So this could go into almost any deck. And if you're giving them tags, you can play it, remove a tag, and trash an installed card. So that's resources, programs, hardware, anything. Yeah, I like it. Next card. Here we have Service Outage. NBN, Operation Current, 1 credit to play. This card is not trashed until another current is played or an agenda is stolen. As an additional cost to make the first run on his or her turn, even through a card ability, the runner must spend a credit. So even if they're using run abilities on cards, the first run costs them an extra credit to run. Not massive, but still taxing. I can see this going into an NBN deck of mine. Definitely. Alright, on to the next. Oh yes, this card. We have Boom. A 4 credit Operation Double Black Ops. Now, we seen one card last, I think the last data pack or the one before it, with Chaos Theory. Because Chaos Theory is getting, that identity is getting phased out as new cards come in for the new data pack. So, from what I understand, they're basically putting out a card to give the runners a bit of a send-off. And that was the one for Chaos Theory. This is the one for Whizzard. And it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. I don't like Whizzard. He's too OP. With 3 recurring credits to trash my assets, Whizzard's horrible. But this is Whizzard's end. Boom! 4 credits, Operation Double. Play only if the runner has at least 2 tags. As an additional cost to play this operation, spend a credit. Do 7 meat damage. Now, unless the runner has 8 cards in hand on your turn, they're taking a lot of meat damage. And it has the flavor text of game over. 3 influence cost on this. So it's pretty hefty influence cost. It's likely not going to be out in many non-Wayland decks. And it has a 1 credit trash cost for the operation. So if the runner accesses this in R&D, they can trash it for a credit. Which is understandable because this is a game ender. Alright, on to the next. Door to Door. We have an Operation Current, Black Ops. 3 credit to play. This card is not trashed until another current is played or an agenda is stolen. When the runner's turn begins, trace 1. If successful, do a meat damage. If the runner is tagged, otherwise, give the runner a tag. So it basically is a trace that will either give you a tag or do meat damage. Which is good. 2 influence, not bad. I can see this in other decks that aren't just Wayland. Yeah, works for me. Alright, on to the next. Here we have the last card. Scarcity of Resources. 1 credit Operation Current. Neutral. No influence cost. As always, this card is not trashed until another current is played or an agenda is stolen. The initial cost of each resource is increased by 2. The event is now referred to as the Water Tower Massacre. No one was ever indicted, and no one knows who paid the Prysac team responsible. Well, and it looks like some sort of a bunch of people breaking up a protest. Yeah, nasty riots and stuff. But I like this because it increases the install cost of each resource by 2. Which is just going to kick up and tax the runner for installing anything. I like it. Yeah. That's pretty good. Pretty good deck so far for Escalation. Things are heating up. Looking forward to the next data pack. Looking forward to playing with some of these. And definitely love myself some Netrunner. I played in a tournament not that long ago and had some fun with my decks there. I think I may end up doing another episode of the Archives sometime soon, maybe, where I talk about my decks that I played there and how much fun I had. So look forward to that. But until next time, as always, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well, if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. Usually try to do at least 1 video a week, if not more. And throw a comment in the comment section. What do you think about Escalation and all the fun cards in this? What do you think about Whizzard getting a missile to the face? I personally am very happy with that. But I'd love to get a discussion going with some people. And until next time, my friends, remember, keep running.